Incredible. Wow. Yeah. Okay, thanks for that, Dr. Ed. Have a great weekend.
You too.
See you Monday.
Bye.
All right, a couple of special guests in with us. Kareem Shandani is with us, and Jen Hayes, and they're part of a group that's putting together an event called Celebsforkids.ca. And Kareem, why don't you sort of talk about, you started this event, and what were the reasonings behind it?
Well, we got a bit of a surprise about 10 months ago. My daughter was 8 years old and got a spider bite. And no big deal, you know, being the dad I am, just said, oh, don't worry about it, it's going to be fine. Well, my wife gets back from out of town 2 days later and says, oh my God, this thing is huge. Takes her to the walk-in clinic and you know, they said, look, obviously she's got a bite or infection of some kind, we're going to do some testing. In the meantime, Anaheim is in game 5 of the Stanley Cup, so I get a call and said, you better be at the game. And here I am down in the dressing room drinking out of the cup, and I get a call from my wife. The Children's Hospital's called, and to rush my daughter in. I couldn't get a flight out. It's 9 o'clock in Los Angeles, and the next day they said that her blood platelets level were down to 13. So normal count would be in the 450 to 600. So any kind of bleeding could basically she wouldn't be able to clot, and she'd bleed to death.
Wow.
So from there, it was just a painful exercise of trying to find out what is wrong with her. And we tried everything. You know, we called the Mayo Clinic. Finally, they put us on to a doctor in Toronto at Children's Hospital. And we flew my daughter down right away. And he said, I've got to do one thing if you really want to know what's wrong with her. I need to do a bone marrow. And I'll let you know in 5 hours. So we agreed to it. I flew down. My wife was already there with her. And by the time I got there, they said, your daughter has lupus.
Wow.
I was like, oh my God.
And you probably said, what's lupus? I mean, did you know anything about it?
You know, we knew somebody who had lupus from my church, and that's the extent of it, but I always thought of it as an old person disease. And it is funny, but the moment that, you know, when we started finding out from the doctors, okay, so what do we do now? Where do we go for help? Where's the research? And they said, there is no research in Canada. There's one in North America. And my wife looked at me and said, this is why your daughter got sick.
To start something.
So you started
to do something about it.
An organization called Celebsforkids, looking into lupus, trying to raise money for lupus research. And that's how you got in touch with Jen. Jen, you have lupus. How has that affected your life?
It has affected every aspect of my life. There's not one part of my life that has remained untouched from lupus, from family to career, to just everyday life, being able to go out. I have cardiovascular flares, central nervous system flares, joint flares, gastrointestinal flares, and it's a very unpredictable disease. I know some people that have had very long, successful lives with it, and I know others that have passed away at 19 years old. Wow. And it was very unknown that children could get lupus. And my symptoms started when I was 3 years old, but I was not diagnosed until I was 18.
Wow.
So there's not enough known about it, and there's not enough diagnostic tests, not enough research about lupus. 1 in 2,000 people have lupus.
A friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, has lupus as well. So I'm a little bit familiar with the disease. Now, so obviously you're having this huge event, and just the names alone are amazing that you've been able to bring up for this tournament. And we're talking, you know, Richard Roundtree, Cheech Marin, Bodie Miller, Darren Pang, Angie Everhart, and the names go on and on and on.
I would so love to take the credit for all this, and I can't, because we've got an amazing team. We've got a lady out of Phoenix, Gigi Rock, that I met at the Super Bowl through Kevin Sorbo's event, who's neighbors with Grant Fuhr, and she's putting the celebrities together.
Nice.
You know, we've got people like Sheila Boyd, works at a Shark Club and sees guys like Brad Booth and all these, you know, football players, and she's putting celebs together. And then we've got people like, you know, Jessica McLaren from InView Productions out of Calgary, that has got our entire event, our entire production of $100,000 sponsored. So we've brought together an amazing team of people that is just giving their heart and soul into making this happen. So I'd love to say it's me, but it's not. It's just a great collection of people making things happen.
Kareem is a very convincing man.
It is an incredible event. You've got sort of a triple header, a golf tournament and a poker night as well as a gala. It's all happening in August. So how can people get involved if they want to?
Well, they can actually start getting involved tonight. We've got our launch party tonight, and one of the things, because I know news people love scoops, so I'm going to give you the scoop. Ainsley Barlow is going to put together an event for us. We're after $7 million, $1 at a time.
Wow. From
7 million Facebook users in Canada.
All right.
So that's a great challenge for us. We're going to start that tonight. We have an after party at Caprice where people can come in, support, donate, $1 at a time. And go on our website. Go on Celebsforkids.ca, and there's tons of opportunities there to come out and just support. But our goal is to just let people know kids get lupus and arthritis.
All right.
Celebforkids.ca is the website if you want to check it out. Good luck with your events coming up in August, and I know we'll be in touch with you before that.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you. Thank you too, Jan. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to take a break, come back in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us. More with our barbecue guys as well. So, and also we want to mention our morning news golf winners from the BC Little League Celebrity Golf Classic on Tuesday. Diane Knorr and Sandra Babcock will be in touch with you. Congratulations.